Rob wanted a dog because neither of the cats, you know, they're cats. They don't play with you when you want them to. They don't cuddle with you when you want them to. They do whatever they want. For a while, actually, Rob was walking Linus on a leash outside, clearly wanting a dog.
We both had mutual adoration for dogs, and also for Calvin and Hobbes, the comic. And it was kind of the dream before we even moved to Ithaca to adopt a black lab and name him Calvin.
In terms of getting dogs out of here and into homes, the success stories certainly speak for themselves. You know, it feels good when people say, I don't know how I lived 25 years or 30 years without this dog in my house. You know, it just feels like when I bought my home and we got a dog, I think a dog is what makes a house a home.
It was him, a brother and a sister, and they were pretty sure tied up outside all the time, so kind of outdoor sentry dogs, probably all fed from the same dish, and so they had to fight for food. Rare circumstances where they might be a danger to the public, then, you know, we would have no choice but to euthanize, and he was deemed one of those dogs. Until we fostered him, and thankfully he's been an absolutely perfect dog. We started off actually fostering him, and then after probably like 2 weeks we knew that he was Calvin.
A bunch of dogs from Georgia were being transferred in from another shelter. So she was one of those transfers, and as soon as she came in, Sarah Post sent me a picture of her and was like, "I think this is your dog." We were like, okay, well, we'll come visit her when she's ready to be visited. So I think a week after that message, I actually went to go see her.
She was found as a stray in Syracuse, and the folks who found her live in the Ithaca area, and so they brought her to the SPCA in Tompkins County. And since she was found as a stray, they just don't know her past. She was sitting on her bed at the SPCA, tearing up a stuffed pumpkin, and she finished tearing it up and said, "Okay, I'm done," and she walked away from it. But she was very cuddly. She was immediately happy to see me.
My daughter is off on her own, living an adult life in Pennsylvania. So my animals once she went to college, it was just the two of us. They really helped to fill that gap of, you know, empty nest syndrome. And now they, you know, we spend a lot of time going to the dog park, and we go to friends' houses that have dogs, so it's a real social event. But they're just really good company, and I enjoy them.
And there's she had been in some kind of a vehicular accident. This leg was just hanging, barely attached. And she said, you know, Dr. Berry's going to have to amputate that, but I just thought she's the most wonderful dog, you know, and she must have been in incredible pain. And she came right over and was licking us, and, you know, I just fell in love with her.
In terms of losing a dog, is that you feel it all day, you know. At 7 o'clock, you want to go make dinner for somebody and they're not there.
When one goes, it's devastating.
Yeah, it's devastating.
I mean, it's absolutely.
That's the one thing that's really hard. Right.
You know, that's the problem with being a pet owner, is that you're going to outlive all but one of them.
It's tough because you know you're going to lose them eventually, and when you do, it's really, really hard. And that's really the downside of it, is that you know you're taking that risk with everyone that you bring home, but they're worth it. They're definitely worth it.
Some people have a hard time forming social relationships with other people. Generally, a lot of people are shy. A dog, you can form a relationship one-on-one and they won't tell you what you said was stupid, and a dog will always laugh at your jokes.
I've always had animals, and a lot of times I like my pets more than people. So I definitely see Maple and Linus, and Cuddles in particular. Cuddles is like one of my best friends. I don't know how sad that sounds, but when you do have a bad day and you come home, they're just less, you know, or not even less, they're not judgmental. They'll listen to you without asking questions, you know. You can tell that they're listening.
They're always there, so if I'm ever having a bad day, they're always there wanting to be loved, and I think people in general probably like that, but just are too afraid to admit it. But then having a pet, it's very clear cut. You know, there's no shame in loving a pet and then being loved in return.
But I view them as companions, as friends, sort of as my equals, if not as so much as children. And you know, they're equal family members.
Oh, she's definitely a member of the family. But I'm in charge. I'm not sure she agrees. No, I think she understands that I'm in charge.
Drop it.
But she's definitely a member of the family. And whenever I'm planning my day, planning around her is part of it.
You know, you come home from a bad day at work where you've had, you know, you've had issues with personnel, or, you know, just feel really stressed out, or it's been a horrible day. And you come home and there's all these happy faces that's just like, whoa! It's just like it all falls away, you know. I can't imagine coming home to an empty, dogless house.
They're happy to see you. They're always glad that you're there, and they're playmates and exercise partners and companions.
He cracks me up daily. He's a really funny dog. From, I mean, dancing with him to dressing him up. We have annual calendars that we come out with. Kate loves to dress him up. There it is.
If you believe in reincarnation, you couldn't come back in a better form than to come back as one of her dogs. I mean, it's sometimes it might be pathetic. I mean, you know,
they get spoiled. Their home really is wherever I go, and I think that they would adjust to wherever I went. You know, I think that I'm their home more than the physical space is their home.
So long as Maple is with me and Wakanda, you know, whether it's this apartment or another apartment or, you know, a giant house or some cramped little, like, one bedroom, like, it probably doesn't make a difference for her. That's my opinion, at least.
Oh, my love, posted on your wall. Tell me these bleeding hearts, they all look the same. I've got the leash, you've got the chain. The gate is ajar. Who let the dogs out? Take me for